Hey everyone, this is Minesh and welcome back to another episode of Modernizing Biz podcast. On this episode, we have Yulia with us. Yulia is founder of DRIM. DRIM is an amazing company. They are doing great work with marketing, especially in India. Hi Yulia, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I just want to clarify that we're not doing great job only in India, we're doing across the globe. We're working in Mexico, Russia, so not
hopefully,
only in India.
hopefully. Hopefully, let's go and discuss more about what you've been building on. And first of all, I want to know a little bit about your journey, like when you started out with Dream, when the idea erupted, and how was the journey so far? If you can sum up in just 1 or 2 minutes.
Sure. So let me first say what is Dream doing? We yet not Google, right? Many people just don't know. So we are the first performance influence marketing platform in India that offer brands to work on cost per action with social
Hmm.
media creators. So basically, we are breaking the bubble of the influencer marketing when people say a lot of things like this shall be done, but how to measure what is the outcome for the business, right? It's very difficult. We break into this bubble and tell them pay only for the result that brings you to the business. And to influencers, we offer to work with multiple brands to micro influencers, the tiny, teeny one, right? That come into the market, and also we offer to the large influencers to with a real audience to earn much more than they can earn for creating the content for the brand. So
Hmm.
that's a brief regarding how the idea has come. So we have a co-founders that presented globally. The idea was before me. I'm actually a co-founder and a partner in India. In India and MENA regions, this is two regions that I drive. So I have come from marketing background. I call myself marketer by heart. I think that's something that I truly love doing, and I have like 15 years experience, starting from the media, like traditional media, going to the ACO. I used to be in a uh, former country head at SEMrush Digital Marketing Suite, which is
Wow.
pretty big. Yeah, that's pretty known, right? It's a public company. So I also joined SEMrush when SEMrush was a startup. So I brought it to the market. So I had a very different experience, but I always been passionate about connecting people to other people. And before even joining a journey with Dream, I also been a social media creator, a small teeny mini influencer with whom we are working. Like I have a small 14,000 followers on my Instagram, sharing my journey, my ups and downs. It really supports me to go through the beginning of my motherhood. So when I left SEMrush, it was just before the pandemic, and I decided to start working as a consultant. And see the advantage of me. I'm originally Russian. I live in India for the last 10 years, and I'm married to Indian. My child is Indian Russian, so I call India as my home as well. But I have
Hmm.
had a lot of connects in Russia, in CIS countries, in other international market, thanks to my career experience in Russian, etc. Right? So
Yeah.
there, um, I start consulting international companies and always hunting for the exciting idea. That's something that will change the market because I'm a startupper as well. That's why I never worked in the corporates, as I said, never worked in Google or anything else. But where I really work all my rest of the life and what I really believe, I love startup spirit. I love this ups and downs that is going on, that hectic schedule and etc. That absolutely works for me. So there, um, I was hunting for the idea, and the idea has come. And I came with the idea that influencer marketing will be huge in India, not big. It will be massive. That's what I already sensed, and I will especially start doing research and etc. And that's how I found the company called Brim. So I approached the founders, and I found that the one of the co-founders, his name was Kirill, is actually a good friend of my friend. The world is
Oh.
small. So I got connected, and I said, guys, you're doing something that India really needs. India has a lot of scam with influencers. India is a market where people recommend to other people, where the kind of commission sharing, revenue sharing model is
Yeah.
in blood of people, because that's how a huge market, right, works, agents and etc. I said, but why not to utilize the power of people who work hard? Since I'm also micro teeny mini influencer, I know how hard it is to keep consistent, to face people who are bullying you, to kind of
Hmm.
a lot of struggle. Like, why not to help them monetize in a better way? And instead of me going and running behind of large brands like Amazon, Snapdeal, McDonald's, Domino's, why I will not just enter to the platform and help them selling, because I'm a marketer. I understand the pain of the brand. I've been on the brand side for years. So that which very clicked me. We spoke with Kirill, and then we started in 2021 expanding to India. The journey was really hard to break the first brand who will give you the hand and start shaking and say that, yes, guys, I believe in you and your model can work, to start the same
That's
breaking
great.
with the influencers. So that's how we started our startup journey, just 2 years, and it keeps going. And right now we have over 30 brands with us that are pretty large and successful.
That's great. So, want to know a couple of more points around it. So, you're working on influencer marketing. Why you choose to work with micro influencers, and why you're not working with celebrities or macro influencers, or is that so you find a gap in the market?
I will tell you why. Because when you follow Deepika Padukone, with all my respect, I do not. You follow her because you love her movies, because you love the way how she looks. The
Hmm.
girls getting inspired by her figure. But when she promote Levi's, right, the fantastic campaigns that they've done, I will not go and purchase Levi's because of Deepika Padukone. I just can admire. I can like it, and that's it, right? But if I follow some micro influencer, who are this person? This is person with whom I feel connected. That's a person with whom I want to be like him, or I share the same pain as a person is sharing social and opening the heart out because I can connect. So this
Hmm.
connect is much deeper level. It's becoming that every single day people watch on stories others normal people who are not celebrities, who are like them, and they
Hmm.
feel that they already know them. But these beautiful people who doing a lot of work in the same time struggling with business, doing some work, working somewhere, doing fitness or something, right? They cannot monetize. They can't monetize. And that's what really inspires me, the connection between audience.
All right.
That's a very different level.
Cool. So you touched the point that micro influencers have the great audience retention when it comes to generating more sales. What's the thought? There's a lot of thing going around in the market that people are using a lot of fake tactics to boost in money to get more reach. Does it even matter in long run, or what's the thing that matter the most into the long run?
See, whatever done fake in performance, and I not only strongly believe in the last 2 years, I see how large brands adjusted our model, like like Domino's Pizza, McDonald's, Amazon, etc. Right? The giants already start the move into performance.
Hmm.
However, how much bots you have, however, how much fake reach you got, it would never sell. It will never go to the bottom of pipeline. Bot would not purchase anything. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You can be 3 lakh influencer follower with all bots and have zero sales because there is no one will buy from you. Bots can't buy. So on the long run, it's better to work hard and be a small influencer with 10K followers, with 5K followers, with
Hmm.
building the kind of the connect. That's what I was speaking. When people feel connected to you, for example, I know that people can only shout and say, guys, can you please buy pizza this Friday? I really request you. It's my kind request as a friend. And here is a 200 rupees offer or 500 rupees off for you. Just use my coupon code. And people will do it just because they like you,
Yeah.
not because they want the pizza. It even can be done on such way.
So now you touch the point, like it's not the thing that's gonna retain, right? But a lot of agencies been doing this, and it's, I think so, that's been the part of the illegal activities or something like that. Now there's something called performance marketing, which can genuinely help a lot of brands generate more sales. If you can go deep about what is it all about, how it's going to happen, a lot of people, especially in India, and the audience don't know like how it's gonna operate. What's the power performance marketing have? If you can go deep about that, that can again embark on more knowledge about the concept.
Sure. So, what is performance marketing? It's basically started from Google and Facebook when they need to monetize. Google and Facebook has tons of data and tons of people whom they know their interest, what they want, what they search for, and etc. Right? So they start
Hmm.
offering first to the brands, guys. I not only just put your image here and there. I'm not a banner point. I can work on sales. I
Hmm.
can work on user acquisition. I can work what matters for your business. Grow my business with you. Let's grow together. That's where the results is very measurable. You really can understand how like your sales will increase. You know the cost of sale and everything. It's transparent. It helps the business to grow. That's the
Yeah.
idea of performance marketing. What is happening with the influence marketing right now? And the agencies and scam, what they're doing? They create one publication. They charge per publication 1 lakh. After 1 lakh, there is no way to measure it. Did it really reflect on my business? Has anyone purchased my iPhone because I put an influencer who came to my iPhone store? I don't know. There is no clear picture. That's why I call it bubble, because there's a digital pipeline, right? From clicks,
Yeah.
visits, installs, and everything goes pretty smooth here, and you kind of see where the some if some step broken, where people drop off, and etc. There are many tools, right, like SEMrush, MoEngage,
Hmm.
Freshworks, and etc. that help you to optimize this. But if you deal with the traditional media, TV, if you deal with billboards or you deal with influencers, that's a bubble. How to measure this bubble, you don't know. And that's what is called brand marketing. We say brand is important, brand is great. Brand is built by the great product. Great product shall be shown to the people, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to grow your revenue, the bottom of a pipeline,
Hmm.
work on performance. Don't work on the only brand. And influencers are your recommendational channel, the one who start driving your revenue. That's what we're speaking loud in the market for the last 2 years.
So now, talking about influencer marketing, what's how you been measuring? Let's take an example: a brand spend, let's say 5 lakhs a month INR. So how you are measuring? Is there any tool that you've been using it, or what should be in? So the question number one, like how you measuring the ROI. Second, what's going to be the strategy? So what's going to be the percentage that a brand need to spend, and what amount of sales that they can generate in regards of that?
Well, I would reply here as a marketer, it depends.
Yeah.
It depends on many factors. See, it
Yeah.
depends on the unit economics of the particular brand. It depends on how well established is a brand. Imagine I am t-shirt manufacturer, no name. I want to work with influencers on cost per sale. When I pay 100 rupees or 50 rupees or 300 rupees, whatever, for every sold t-shirt, right? But at the same time, if I'm no name brand, people will not just buy because they will think, will this guy deliver? Will this guy really, is it a good
Yeah.
quality or it's just a bad quality? But if I'm Puma and I'm offering t-shirts, Puma already known, it will be good quality, it will be for sure delivered, your money will not get somewhere scammed by the e-com purchase. So in that
Hmm.
case, it's very easy to work, right, on cost per sale. So for
Perfect.
smaller brands, they need yet presence. They need to have trust, basically. So for them, the cost per sale could be really massive. They need to establish their name and the brand. How much money Puma spends already on the
Hmm.
brand to be known, right? But for the bigger brands, it depends one industry to other industry. How much food tech, how much I don't know, restaurant can pay, right? Because it has a
Hmm.
very tiny marginality. How
Yeah.
much e-com and manufacturer can pay, how much banks can pay. It's a very different ball game. There is no kind of standard. Depends on the which stage you are, what kind of industry you are, how your business runs, what is your usual conversion rate, how people purchase. Like for example, banking, 90% of credit cards are getting declined, right? That is also
Yeah.
part of pipelines. That's why it's becoming very costly, because it's only 10%. So
Right.
many factors here. There is no bandwidth. It takes case to case.
So you touch the point, like the buyer's journey, that's what gonna decide, and the other unit economic that decides what marketing campaign they should go for, right? So if you're gonna compare Yulia with a global scenario and Indian scenario, a lot of people don't even they are not ready to buy things in prepaid orders, right? A lot of customers, especially in India, prefer COD. cash on delivery. Why? So do you think so that trust factor is still missing in India market? And why so? It's something that brands have developed. Brands have done some practices that customers are not ready to pay money uphand. So what's the case around it, and what your thought about it?
So my thought that it's the trend is shifting and it's going into more digital payment to the UPIs or something like that. If a brand has, if you already once purchase successful,
Hmm.
this is trust factor, and already have experience of success ordering pizza online and everything got delivered no problem and you got your pizza, you're happy, right? The second time you will use already the UPI, you will use card or whatever. You will not go on cash on delivery because with all this demonetization and a lot of changes happen in the country, the cash become a very unpopular method
Hmm.
of carrying it and etc. And also, what makes India different? The whole world goes to recession, right? Everyone's speaking about it.
Yeah.
Everyone is speaking about it. But India does not go on recession. But who drives this? It's a kind of combination, demand and supply, right? In India, there is a lot of demand right now. Why? Because the people are getting richer. The middle class of India is getting created. And who is this middle class? It's the young people. 30,
Hmm.
35, 35, 40 maximum, right? They are building the wealth right now on their own, working for the company, starting startups, whatever. These people are very easy digital, they're very quick digital adopters. It means
Right.
they all have phones, UPIs, and etc. The only way why they do COD, because India has a lot of scams as well. And when you do that for the first time, even I do, I put cash on
Yeah.
delivery in the beginning, initially. But
So
repeatable transaction, no problem. The money paid upfront.
amazing, nice. You really answer in a very nice manner. But what's your plan with Dream in India? What are you gonna do in next, let's say, 2 years?
See, we passed the phase when called the growth product market fit. We found our product
Hmm.
market fit. We passed the phase of the growth 0 to 1. That's the heavy lifting when it would be when it's super difficult. Right
Hmm.
now, we went to the stage 1 to 0, 1 to 10. So from 1 to 10, what I see that this year our revenue plans is 90 crores. That's what we are targeting to achieve. And usually our speed of growth in general year to year, it's like 5x. So the next year will be even bigger because India does not go to recession. People yet spend. People trust influencers. People can connect with influencers. A lot of influencers from tier two cities are coming up, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic. It's fantastic. It's a great job where you can impact the society as well. So I see that in the next 2 3 years, we will be we will not become a unicorn because we have completely bootstrapped it, and don't we are profitable business. We don't burn the cash. We run the
That's great.
business. But maybe in 5 7 years, Dream will be the company like Ismo Trip, Zeroda. Those is one of the amazing companies that never borrowed money, never spent and throw the VC money in the public and created some anticipation. We want to be the really, really big in India. And I think it will take just maybe 4 5 years, not longer.
That's the power of self confidence you have. Wish you all the best, Yulia, on that.
I do. I absolutely do.
Towards going on the end of the podcast, want to know like why you stayed to bootstrap, not to raise funds, especially for an agency model like yours. So why you choose to be bootstrapping till next upcoming 5 years, and why you not going to go for the fundings and something like that, which can sets you on a valuation game. You can become a unicorn soon. This is what something going on in the market. What's your scenario around it?
Because I will create the next bubble. I'm
Yeah.
fighting with bubbles. I'm telling you, I'm fighting with the bubbles and being created around it. I want everything to be measured. It's in general a mindset, right? There are people has
Hmm.
different mindsets. I don't want to go in the bubble game. I want to, in a very clear, transparent, and etc. Yeah, of course, I can raise VC money, start work on my validation, and in 2 years to become a really massive company, right? But I will create a bubble, and this bubble
Yeah.
might really hurt a lot of people. At the end of the day, we have over 100 employees in India. I don't want anyone to get laid off. I want everyone to have a stable, great job. We have over 70,000 influencers working with us. I don't want any of them to carry in future any burden that if we will become a bubble that will just blast and
Hmm.
it will affect everyone. I see, I live in India. I have my reputation. It's my home. I don't want it's my this is a company, it's kind of my baby. I don't want to put my own face, my baby into trouble. That's how I see it because I know the model works, the model is scalable. I don't need anyone's money. I have the whole power of authority to do what I feel is right without anyone coming into
Hmm.
picture and telling me, no, this is not right, this is wrong, and etc. And that's like how I feel as a next generation and new kind of set of entrepreneurs are doing, and that's what be done in the future. That's the journey where that just like a startup bubble which been created, but it has a good impact as well in the economy
Yeah,
of the country. But it's past phase. It's in past. It's not in present. It's not in future. So I don't look in the past. I see the way how right now it is, and also aligning my values, which I have a strong belief. I want people in tier two Indias through influencers become richer. I want people to have more capacity and spend on the brands that are worthy. I want brands to sustain during recession will come or not come. It doesn't matter. I want them to be present here and I want to be their supporter instead of being their sucker. That's very kind of positions that in general I have in overview, like me as a person.
amazing. Thank you so much, Yulia, for your time. I hope audience will get tons of value from this particular episode and you too enjoy the conversation and looking forward to record some more mind-blowing content in future.